Greetings, programs. Pyrrh Pianissimo here, and welcome to Vintage Story on the Rusty Gears server. Ooh, yeah, big yawn. I guess we are by ourselves at the moment. But as you can see, I have a rough draft, I guess, of a bell. And we will move that up to the chapel today. There's the top chain, there's the clapper. And the clapper might be a little small for this bell, but eventually we can chisel this down because we can make it look a little better than this, but I want to get something up there. And we have some traders visiting us. We have a treasure hunter. I already bought the blue bowls. He is not paying nearly enough for a wolf pup, so he cannot have mine that I have for sale. Anybody else here? Stretch! Cool. Hi, Stretch. We have Shift over there. Got anything to trade, Stretch? You have sterile bones, powdered quartz, copper, litharge. Might be easier just to buy this stuff. Just buy some, although I think I have some. And we can sell a merchant belt to you for 5 gears. Yeah, that's not very much, dude. Let's see what we got. Alright, we'll see if we can do that. Stash you there. Hi. Talk to me again, please. Hey, aka Screaming Help. How are you doing today? Oh. Whoa, wait a minute. How did that happen? I picked up the merchant belt and it put my angel belt on my hotbar. That's not... Rare merchant belt. Merchant belt. Okay. Why will it not let me... see how it keeps... I can't right click on him. Why won't he buy the belt? That would be really bad. Oh my gosh. This is not a good start. He literally will not sell it. Maybe because it's got the prefix on it. Okay, well that sucks. Hopefully that doesn't prove true for everything. Alright. You stay. What about you? Who have we got? Tinker. That's really cool. I got some good names. What have you got, Tinker? Hardened clay. Red hardened clay? No, I think I'm going to stick with glass up there. Some plain plaster. Shino can make us plaster if we need. That's actually kind of cool, but I don't know. Let's just do that because we can. I mean, we got lots of gears to spend. Oh, you don't have that many. You have 3. Okay, my gosh, you don't have to get so mad just because you don't have them. We don't have any aged crates left to sell or metal scraps or nothing. Nothing. All right. Thank you, Tinker. Good night. And what have you got? Ah, Eric. I don't know what you mean, Eric. Let's see. You have blue lines, milky malachite. I'm not sure I have one of those yet. I don't even have any gems to sell. We should probably do some sifting or sieving or panning, whatever. Blue lines, milky malachite. Let's see. What have we got? I don't have any planters, it looks like. Let's make sure I don't have them stashed somewhere. Because here pretty soon we'll be decorating. No, I don't have any planters. Okay. Let's... Do I have room? Yeah. Oh, we need to make some gears back at some point. Okay. Blue lines and a milky malachite. Thank you. The rhyme is really cool looking too. Okay. Gimme. Thank you. And give me a cow, too. Good night. All right. This is stuff for the chapel. Then this is like ours. Let's pick that up. I'm not sure where to put these yet. There's no room up there. We got the copper one up there. Okay. And you get this one. All right. So, do you have the carry-on mod? Oh, absolutely. Hi, Katie. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Screaming help. I'm doing pretty good. Got 12 hours of sleep of having to go all day with only 2. Ouch. So, well, that only made up a little bit of it. Probably going to have another long night tonight. Ideally. All right. Let's get some things off the hotbar. I'm also using the wallpapers. Favorite song is playing in the background also. You like this one? This is not bad. This is Radiance and Rust. Not bad. Okay, so we got a couple of fences. These chains were made by Sid. And sometime this past week, Sid also cleared some of the mountain. He's a sneaky seraph, that one. But he cleared off enough mountain for us to do our build today, so that was kind of nice. Okay, let's get these 4 pieces in. I guess we can rotate them if we need to. And yeah, that'll be fine. Let's take these 4. Up we go. And here we are installing the dodo bell. Alright. Already got a fence there. That's cool. And I think we... Oh, hey, not there. Did I lose my chain too? Well, I guess we're just going to go down and find out. Do the vessels have any debuffs when you carried them? I think... Oh, there's my chain. It did drop it. I think they do slow you down a little bit. As does... Well, no more than a chest does. The only thing that doesn't slow you down, I think, is a basket. Okay, we're going to put... Oh, we got dirt. Let's just yoink that right there. Ugh. All right, now I'll put you there. Of course, that's not the right way. Yeah, other than slowing you down, it shouldn't have any debuffs, and it doesn't slow you down that much. Turn the map off. Turn the map off. Coordinates? Where's the coordinates? It's not working. Okay. And then F for spinny spinny. There we go. Boy, they're totally in the wrong order, aren't they? Alright. And then we'll put these spires on too. Hey, that one was right. There we go. Guess I love Radiant Rust because it sounds like stars twinkling. It reminds me of meteoric iron. My favorite metal. Hey, that's my favorite metal too. I really like meteoric iron. I'll keep a set of meteoric iron tools on me when I can. But I have some... I think I got steel that... I want to guess. I think the steel pick was a gift from Punkhole before he left to do his thing. He should be back with it in a couple weeks though, so that's going to be amazing. And I'm still using tools from back before I had any meteoric iron, so hey, there it is. Get rid of you. Alright. I keep turning my map back on. Eat some pie. Crafty Candy left us some charred meat pie that only had about 20 days left on them, so we're doing that. Okay. Touch up some spires. And here. There we go. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't stream yesterday. I had to cancel it last minute because I literally went 17 places or more yesterday. I left home 4 times doing different errands, taking family to the doctor or to a store. I did an egg delivery in a different town and library and just all the things. So I was exhausted by the time I got home. That's right, the kids had... Oh, I didn't turn this one. The kids had their church activities and such, so... It was a time for sure. But today, we worked hard, but at least I didn't have to leave home. I don't plan on leaving home tomorrow either. I'm staying home. Different backpacks with capacious storage. Cool. Meteoric iron looks angelic. Yeah, I think it too. It's like sparkly white. Very cool. Really? Now that we have, you can't see it here, but Carry On works with the iron chest mod. And I could upgrade this to steel, and I probably should go ask someone if I can work off some steel. That's not what I want. I want that one. And it makes the bigger chests. The steel chest has got a couple more rows, and you can carry these. And really, the debuff is hardly anything. In fact, let's check it out. Walk speed 115. Hunger rate 130, probably because I got my hammer on. Okay, so let's check it out. Oh, let's take the hammer off. And look again. Walk speed 115, hunger rate 110. Okay, now, get hotkey. And we are at 95. So that doesn't add any hunger rate. But it takes 20% of your walk speed. And, oh, no, I've got the belt on. But when you're sprinting, when you've got plenty of food to eat and everything, and if you need the carry capacity, it's really, really worth it. Unless you're going, I don't know, someplace where you think you're going to need to outrun a bear or whatever. Like if you go into a mine or something and you need to carry stuff, it's nice to have a big chest. Let's... Right key. Okay, shift key. I don't crouch with my shift key, so... Boop! There it is. So now you know. Extra brownie points for being gold. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what are we doing? Let's put the spires away. I've got stuff for the chapel, like, everywhere. I'm gonna need these. So, let's grab those. We might need more spires. Let's just put these up in here. There we go. Okay. More bell stuff. So let's get all the middle pieces. That is weird. Why are they stacking here? And then... Okay, these are all just... Yeah. Just blocks. Yeah, it wasn't that great of a chisel job, but it's something we can do later. If I can. I'm not, like I said, not the best builder, but if we can't do it, we'll hire someone to fancy it up for us. I mean, I've done circles before. I made a lighthouse in Vintage Story. Well, we aren't playing Vintage Story. I made a lighthouse that was like a miniature lighthouse. I think it's probably featured on my website. I didn't do the time lapse, which I probably should at some point. Okay, now. Hey, that was the right spot. Are we going in the right direction? No. So I probably could. Just, I don't know. Just don't have the brain power right now. Let's see if we can actually get a building done. Yay, and then this one will be backwards too, right? Alright, and then these went... seem to be short a couple pieces. Did I just build this totally wrong? I did. Okay. I got it too low. I think I got it too low. Alright. You go up there, and then you go there. Alright. The whole bell needs to come down, doesn't it? The whole bell needs to come down. I'm dummy. I'm a dummy. Alright, what happened? There we go. It keeps putting my stuff behind the door. Okay, so we'll just move it all down one. Yep, I know what we did. I know what we did. Alright, let's take you. Yeah, that all has to come down, so steps are going to go here. Didn't expect to mess it up, like right at the beginning of the stream. Sorry, guys. Alright, so now you guys go down here. And I dropped my piece. Yes, I did. Let's turn the speed up. Oh yeah, the bell definitely needs more detail. I'm just, like I said, no brain power at the moment. I planned on, you know, trying to make it nice before the stream, but that didn't happen. And like I said, I was working outside pretty much all day today. I had to make a new coop, get a new coop set up for our grow out roosters. I've got too many right now that have grown out a little too long, and they're kind of beating up my hens, so that was kind of important that we get that done. Did I drop my step? Yes. So yeah, my brain is kind of mush. We at least got the rough outline, but as I was saying, I have done it before. The similar design, like the top, rounded top of the lighthouse that I did. So we'll try that. Maybe we'll work on it a little next time, or at the end of the stream or something. I don't know if I'm going to feel any better at the end of the stream than the beginning, but we'll get stuff done. Okay, now let's take you Actually, now, wait, did I move it down at all? I guess I did, didn't I? I guess I did I? Oh, I moved it down except for the top piece. Okay. Actually, I think it looks fine like that. All right. Now, come on. Let's take out the dirt. Okay. Now I should have the clappers still down there. Eidolon Battle Song. Yeah, well, it's basically all of the Vintage Story stuff. I think I might have taken out some of the tavern music. I don't remember. There we are, and I think we might need another chain. Yeah. Oh gosh, do I have another piece of slate? I don't know if I have another piece of slate. I have exactly one. All right. Excuse me. Need to drink a little bit of tea. Let's clean out a little bit of this garbage. And we're going to copy this one. Yes, chisel, slate. Yes. Thank you, Sid, for making a very cool change so I didn't have to. I yoinked it off of his little pottery place here, ceramic place, and thought, you know, that'd be perfect because I'd already picked out the slate for the bell. That way I didn't have to do it. All right. He's a good sport. And hopefully he knows that I will give him full credit for it. Oop. A little too close. Too close. All right. And yeah, we'll hollow this out just a little and then try to round this up a little bit. Or we hire somebody else to do it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do that on stream and you can see how terrible I am. All right. Hey, what are you doing inside? No livestock in the building. Sacrificial lamb. All right. Easter is coming, after all. A mutton for dinner. The extended workbench is a lifesaver. I love that thing. And I'm thinking we might use it a little more later on if we get tired of some chapel building. Okay. Yes, Sid took out the mountain a little more, at least where the build goes. So that was very helpful. Okay. Somehow... All right. Hang on a minute. I'm going to figure out where my map is. Tell me what I'm building. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Sorry, guys. I had this all set up to figure out where my windows went, because that's what we're going to work on next. And I'm looking for my screenshots here. Ah! And then, of course, you get your tablet wanting to do everything else when you don't want it to do. When you don't want it to. Okay, here we are. So... we've got, let's see, we got extra windows to put up here, so we need polished. Yeah, thanks. I don't like to. I mean, I like to at least have some sort of preparedness. I like to be prepared for my stream. Don't expect you guys to be waiting around for stupid stuff. But seems like when it rains, it pours, right? Okay. These are not chiseled. They are now. Okay. Oh, I guess I didn't need to bust you guys out. Oh yeah, I did, because these are going to be polished. Let's do... There we go. Thank you for for being patient with me, guys. All right. And some of these. Yeah. All right. This needs to come up one. I like this little tune. I like the ones that he did for the trailers. Okay, and then bring these out. You and you. Yep, this is the other feature trailer song. I really like this one. Very epic. The last one was the feature trailer 2020, and then this is the one from 2022. But, I think this is one of my favorite. It's almost like a medley of sorts. All right, so let's repeat this on the other side. Come on, you can do it. Oh, 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 almost made kibbles. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that when we can help it. Since we don't need them. I should have plenty of the fences. I think I actually made some right at the beginning because I forgot I had already made them all up. You, oh, come on. Go. And fences. Don't remember if I had a question of the day ready or not. Guess I'll check next hour. Cough is especially bad today. All right. And then we brought these guys up another row. Fence up another one. And then we gave you guys some stairs. All right. Let's get rid of you guys. Let's find some slabs. Have anything inside? Let's put these down too, because we'll need to use these up next. Yeah, it's not so messy in here. Okay. Slabs? Yes? No, no. Slabs? Slabs. Come on. I certainly had not used all of my walnut slabs. Whew, that's very fast. Inside, please. See, I can't go that fast because I can't get into the door. Planks. Stairs. Slabs. See? I knew it was a thing. And then let's grab some stairs. See, I like this song, this tune too. Which one is this? Creating. Yeah, that's right. It's one of my favorites. And I still haven't prepared maybe some dark. I think we decided maybe the dark pink. So let's see if we can make it. Pretty sure we have glass traders that have it. We may go on a little fast adventure. I want to drop some stuff off at Chino's. And we'll check out the glass trader down there, especially since we can go super, super fast. Okay. How's Luminous Glass been doing for the chapel? Oh, that's right, because if I make it luminous, I should make it myself. Handbook button. There we go. Luminous. Okay. Okay. If we make a dark pink, I don't know, let's see, a dark. Would it be too cheesy to make a dark pink and a dark violet? Or should I just bring the regular violet up here? I don't know. And then I may actually make the glass, if I can chisel it. I think I can chisel it and make it part of the block so it's not so hidden behind. I may do that too. All right. Well, we got a few things that we can do other than just build today. Work on maybe some glass making and such. That'll kind of break it up some. Last stream I watched of yours, you were making light blue luminous glass. Yeah, see, that's where I put it. And it's a little bit... It's daytime now. And it's not because I have all of my shaders turned up. But it does glow a bit. But as I said, it'll look better if I can bring it out. But that's where I put it. And it'll go on the back too. But yeah, I think some dark pink, replacing this with some luminous would look good too. I mean, I got the stuff for it. So that would be fun to work on. All right, we'll do a little bit of everything today, I think. We'll do a little bit of just kind of working on the structure here. We'll tear down a little bit. We'll go pay Shino a very quick visit. Then we'll work on some luminous glass. Okay. Let's do a... Oh, let's make these... I love this, where you can tell it which direction to go. Okay, let's see. We want a... on top, and then there. And there. Okay. Is this in a redwood forest? This corner is, yes. I had to take out quite a few redwoods right here to build the community center. Because I think starting right about here, it was all redwood. I had to take all of these out. And then the redwood kind of goes back till you hit Audape's place. No, back here. Oh, somebody built a road to Audape's. Yeah. We've taken out a few more redwoods here. So yeah, just a little section of it. It was nice. We had lots of these trees to start. There's another section over there. We had an apple tree up here. I don't know if it looks like this might be the original tree. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, I think that's the original tree that was here. All right, back to what we were doing. We should at least get a little bit done on the actual building today, huh? Other than just fiddling around with decorations. All right. Like that. We gotta get the back there. Excuse me. My goodness. Yeah. The pollen is really bad out. And of course I was outside for a lot of the day. Taking care of the rooster caboose is what the name of that coop is. And I want that off. Because I have lots of roosters that are too big, wreaking havoc on my hens. So I am charging the fence. Well, I charged the fence today. Everything else is set up. My Energizer was out of juice. So I'm charging the fence, and then tomorrow they get put in there, and I've got 7 weeks to process them all before I have to have the babies that I have now go out there. Katie, I took shingle roof blocks and put them on top of my beehive. Essentially made little bird houses for the bees. How cute! That's a really cute idea. So then we just need to keep building up here. Do I want this flat? Eek. Well, can't do that. There we go. Give me my slab, plank, whatever it is. Ew. Oh, that's not where I wanted it. That's interesting. It wouldn't let me put the slab there. Got it that way, though. An electric fence for the chickens. Yes, yes, I have electric fencing to, it's really low voltage. It's enough to give them a uncomfortable, you know, I don't really want to go past it. Now, if I have some breast chickens and they tend to take flight more than others. Oh, those roosters are pretty darn hefty. I'm not sure I don't know if they've done a lot of flying. The hens seem to, but we're trying to keep the roosters penned in. So, yeah, I have a electric fence that goes around my garden as well, and I plant outside. Let's see. See if I can get this without totally messing it up. But anyway, I don't want to put him in there before I have the fence energized because I don't want him to test the fence and then realize that, hey, this is no big deal, and then find out later that it's, you know, going to give him a little bit of a shock. And my husband and my daughter just going to put their hand on the fence. I'm like, no, I can't handle any sort of electricity. It's nasty. Okay. Yeah, I could probably do... I need to practice with the shingles a bit more. But, you know, old Minecraft build, hard to break. So we're just doing a blocky build. We want to go, come on, we want to put something there. Actually, I want a full slab here. I do miss my magnet from Minecraft, modded Minecraft. There we go. Then we put, I think, come on. I think we put a stair right there, right? Right. I think we went up one for the stair. I guess we'll find out. And I can't keep that off my... There we go. I keep hitting the wrong keys. Oh, Young Lord, yeah, Young Land. Sorry, Young Land. It's Vintage Story. It's very similar to Minecraft, but it's a sandbox block game, and that's really where the similarities end. But building is obviously very similar, except you get a lot more flexibility on chiseling blocks or using your microvoxels to do different stuff with. Alright, let's do... Oh, no, not you. Oh gosh, I build so slow. What was I thinking I could live stream stuff like this? I'm so slow. Alright. And I think this one I had to put a slab underneath, I think. That goes right on there. I think we did this all flat in the back. And 2 slabs on top. And a plank. And then we came up here. Oh, wrong one. Like I said, I'm really slow. I'm sorry. I've always wanted to do gardening and homesteading in real life. Well, you know, no better time than now to start, really. There's lots of ways you can start no matter where you are. I keep quail. Quail are really easy and small. You can keep just a couple of hens indoors and they'll lay eggs for you. Let's see, I think that's where we want that. Even with the step here, I think we wanted okay. See, I always mess this up. Like, I should be able to tell that I need a full block there, right? And then 2 slabs here. Actually, no, we just want it flat, right? Hey, I did it! It was a struggle to do this a little bit, but I did it. The soil in my area is trash, and I could have said exactly the same thing. My soil is trash. I've basically got, well, now I've got great stuff right barely on top because of the chickens, but I've got rock and hard clay. We got really, really heavy clay soil here. And whereas we have some property across the street that has beautiful soil that has been farmed on for generations. Not so much over here. And I do a lot of container gardening. I have yet to grow anything that, well, I don't know, I can grow some tomatoes out there, not so bad. Every once in a while I get something to grow, but it's like hit or miss. But I do a lot of aeroponic gardening and container gardening. Plus it's easier for me because it's right here and I'm an indoorsy kind of person anyway. I love having easy access to outdoors, don't get me wrong. And I love the world that God has made, but I like my air conditioning, you know, I like my technology. And we're making kind of a greenhouse out of our porch right now, my balcony. So I'll have some of my aeroponics will be outside, plus I'll be able to grow my microgreens out there. I have trouble growing them inside just because of my cats. They like to mess with them. But I'll have to see if I can take some pictures as I get it set up this year. Kind of took a break for the winter, and then I've been so busy I haven't been able to really do much over the winter, and so now I'm behind in getting any seed starts done. But having the rooster caboose done was a huge thing. And right now I've got an Easter performance coming up, and you know, just basically household administration and stuff that I got to catch up on over the next few days. And then the Easter thing, and then Monday night, the LDS gamers group is putting out a vanilla Minecraft server. So I will be helping open that. That's going to be an early stream. That'll be 2 or 3 hours before I usually stream. So 6 p.m. Eastern. I will attempt to put it on my events rather than just posting the link. so that way you can know the time, but preparing for that on Monday. And then, yeah, I've got a kitchen to kind of clean up some, and then it's all about getting the garden ready. Then when I say garden, I mean mostly indoor garden, and the outdoor is going to be pretty much containers. We'll let the chickens take care of all of the ground for now. And yeah, maybe next year my husband will have time to work on a little bit of a garden. Right now our tractor is kind of foobar, so we'll give him time to get the tractor set up and running again. Then I'll probably take all of our land and slowly plant forage for the birds on it. Then next year we can decide what we want to, plow up to make a bit of a garden. I still have flocks I need to separate. I've got another fence. I've got a couple of electric fences. I need to separate some flocks so they deal with each other a little better, or don't have to deal with each other. And I can hatch my own birds out a little more uniformly. So I kind of know more of what to expect. This was a little bit of a random hatch this week when we got little babies. I'll post some fluff pictures of them in the Discord. The only picture I have of them right now is that incubator picture. They're still kind of not very floofy. Alright, let's do... I'd love a greenhouse for growing crops. Yeah, you can get little kits. They're not very big. They're not very expensive. We have, every once in a while, and we're just getting over that season, we'll get some strong winds. So I try not to get the ones that are made out of little plastic pop-up things. But that works too, especially if they only need protection for a certain amount of time. Alright. Sorry, I have an ice machine, and my youngest daughter has a metal water bottle. It's very loud. Alright. I don't know how much my mic will pick up. It's supposed to be a fairly focused mic based on where I'm at, but that's pretty loud. Alright. Yeah, I got definitely some things to do. Farmer girl needs to get to work. But it was great. Today we had a really good morning outside working as a family. We had some of the kids feeding birds. We picked up the yard a bit. The birds had made a bit of a mess on some things, and yeah, well, kitties. It's nice that he's peaceful. Don't bother him. We have a peaceful kitten. Let's just let him be. He's old enough. Yeah, we've covered that. He's old enough to be heavy enough to get into mischief now. So let's just, well, more so than a little kitten who's very lightweight, bouncing off the walls, doesn't really cause a lot of damage. But you get a 9-month-old kitten that's 8 pounds, 9 pounds, and still growing. All right. Let's go back to this side. And you know what? It is time for a really quick health break. I need to make sure that, let's pick up our slab here. Come here, dude. I don't have any armor on, but it's alright. It's just a surface drifter. Didn't even turn around. Not scared of me. And let me take a quick health break. Just refresh my tea. Get up, stretch, that kind of thing. And then we might come back and... Yes, it is. It's good for your health. How did I get down here without... Oh, okay. Pretty soon I won't be able to squish underneath the floor. I'll have to make a dungeon down there. Should we have a dungeon underneath the No, we should put the dungeon underneath the castle. Maybe we'll make a tomb. Ooh. Oh yeah, we should make a tomb underneath the chapel. That would be cool. All right, I will be right back. And we're back. We are back. My cats are still as rambunctious as they were when they were kittens. Some of mine are, for sure. You usually hear at least once the kitten or cat rodeo coming through. Someone will be mad.
Melted chicken.
Yeah, really loud chicks. They're 3 or 4 days old now.
I mean, they're not weeks old yet.
No, not weeks, but so in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, these guys go outside, which gives me 7 weeks to make sure I have all of the roosters out in the rooster caboose processed. Because then they need to go out in the rooster caboose and let them grow out, and they get to play around there for 8 weeks while I have turkeys growing out inside in the brooder, and then they'll need the rooster caboose. So it's always a cycle. Did I want a piece there? No. Okay, let's start by... We'll do some more work on that in a bit. Let's see about grabbing a couple of things for Shino. Oh, man. I don't have any room, I swear. We're going to come back and pull all of this back into our inventory, so... Except for this, and I got stuff in here I need to put away. Alright. Yeah, I need to have a cleanup session. Do I have like an extra basket or something? I should at least make a sign or something. What kind of reeds do I have? Can I make another basket? Surely I have some reeds in here. Hey. Okay. How do we make a sign again? Sticks. Pretty sure it's just a stick and a plank. Stick and 2 boards. Alright, let's see what kind of boards we got. Agriculture Tavern, yep. This little waltz in the background. That's the age when the kittens start bringing down the curtains instead of just adorably climbing up them, yes. Climb your way to the top, that's what the curtains are for, right? For sure. We'll need to bring something to write on too. Let's see, what do we got? We got some fuel. Carbon black. And, yep. Did I eat all of that pie already? No. Give me the pie. We may want to refresh our pie, too. Okay. Let's check out this road. Where was it? Up here? See if we can go up the wall the proper way. There's probably a stairwell over there. Yes. Okay, so we just went across. Up again. Up at the top here. I would say that this is not where the road goes. Alright. Probably... Okay. Where's the road? There it is. Okay. All right. So we come out here. We might as well do it properly. We come out the gate, the city gate, and there's Kennedy's Mill. Yes, I have still got my my angel belt running, so I'm a little bit floaty. That's why I'm going so fast. Let's not bang into the wall there. Nice. I wonder who built the road. Don't know who's been on lately. Punk likes to build lots of roads. So does 8-Digit, but he's been, I think, busy a bit too. There's Odd Ape's place, I think. Nope, no, this is She Knows. Ah! I catch myself into the spinnies. That looks dangerous. Catacombs, a crypt under the chapel sounds like a perfect place for some of the new ruins loot. Yes, absolutely. And we could always link it over to the castle and have some dungeons in there. That would be cool. You should add a baby chick cam to your stream. That would be fun. Yeah, because I've always got baby something. Usually baby quail, but yeah. Oh, that's something I'll have to think about. I have to figure out how to do it and how to hook it up. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Okay. She Knows plays. How do we want to leave something for She Know? From Gran. Okay. What did Gran leave? Ooh, woads. Blue dye. Okay. We'll leave something for him too. And we'll do that. And you know what? We didn't bring what we were going to leave. We'll get it. Oh, come on. I don't understand. I mean, it has all this room on the sign, but it won't let you use it. Alright. We're going to go the fast way. Let's go home and get the copper that I wanted to give him. Let's see. That is blue-gray clay brick chimney inside, and you know what he's done is he's put beams, support beams, and he has built the chimney. I think. Oh, it doesn't attach to anything. It's just a... Huh. Maybe it's like a signal fire. Yeah. That's very cool. So is the chimney vanilla? I don't remember. It's out of ceramic. If that's not vanilla, then that is bricklayers. Okay. Yeah, Sid has done amazing things with beams. I mean, look at this. He built this too. He is a master at using these. So is Gran. Gran makes some amazing things. You know, this is where you would typically see the beams being used, which is also absolutely gorgeous. I want to say Odd Ape did this, but I could be wrong. Yeah, don't quote me. And then you have Sid's... I don't know, did Sid use beams? No, Sid didn't use beams on this lake house. Andy? See if Andy used any beams. No, not really. And his Greco place over here, which is amazing. I love, love, love this aqueduct. His Greco-Roman build. is really cool. Look at this. They're like the mini Parthenon. That's really cool. Oh, we got chickens. Hello, chickens. Ooh, I see lots of food back here too. All right. Zoom. Okay, before I forget, let's make sure we don't leave Shino an empty basket. That would be very embarrassing. Typical, like old lady going senile. Where is this? They have from Pyrrh with love. Well, Pyrrh, what is this supposed to be? Okay, now we want to. No, I gotta lock it. How do I? There we go. 5 stacks. That'll make a lot of copper. Because I will use some of it, but I can get a lot of it from sifting as well. Or sieving. Whatever that little thing is. I think it's a sieve. Very, very nice. I like that mod. Okay. Where's the basket? And we'll give you that. Okay, Shino, enjoy. I was gonna see if you had any rocks. Oh, you got those kind of rocks, but I mean... Oh, looks like this is from Sid. Sid leaves these cool messages. Yep, and that's from Sid. Okay, you got spare rocks? Ooh, bricks, charcoal. Look at this. This is all nice. And we've left him lots of copper, so that should stack him up good. Hey, there's our friend Meteoric Iron. Any kibbles in here? Nope. Surely he's got some rocks. Doesn't have a lot. There's a gravestone. We may have to ask if people have extra gravestones. Oh, look, this is from me too. Well, the chest was. The chest was from me at one time. Ew. Look at that chest. That's nasty. Okay, sorry. I'm not really meaning to pry, but he said if there was stuff that we needed that we could take it, but yeah, I'm just looking for rocks. Anything like the gravestone or something, I would definitely ask first. Oh, hey, he's got a to-do list. Cool, I've done this. We might have to do it because I'm losing my mind and my memory. Okay. I do not see any kibbles in here. Which is kind of weird. You know? I would expect... That's neat. What is that? Medium animal cage. Contains a captured animal. Oh, okay. The animal cage is mod. It's got a sheep in it. That's cool. Well, if he were mining and he comes home and he needs to drop off all those kibbles and bits, you'd think that he'd have some crates to put them in. Or am I just missing them? Nope, I don't see any. Alright. He's got his... Well, he wouldn't have a lot of them, really, because he collects things with the quarry mod. That's an empty crate. And rot. Yay. Alright. Oh, well. We just move on. But anyway, that's Shino's build. Well, part of it anyway. He's got a lot of industrious happenings, goings-ons. Alright, let's grab our dolls and dishes and get a little bit more done on that back end. Not even the back, it's kind of the middle. And the beauty of the charcoal is we can use it again. Now we left this in here, correct? Nope. All of our stuff and things. Hopefully we won't have to go back for pie too soon. Okay, I thought the smoking chimneys were creative only blocks. All right. Well, if these were, I think you can build these. So it must be the ceramics, or it must be Bricklayers mod, to where you can build the chimneys. I don't know. Shino's fine. He's been streaming. I think he's doing some videos. Been busy. If you want to catch him, I need to get everybody's links, but you can find him on the Rusty Gears server. If you go to my Discord, in the links and info, I think, should be a link to the Rusty Gears Discord. And then you can find everybody from there. A nasty chest that would auction off for 100k, you think? What mod is the tin, bronze, and steel chest from? I think it's actually called Better Chests. Better Chests, right. Hey, Titanium Gaming, Sid. Right? I always mix that up. But yeah, been showing off your stuff. You always miss whenever I'm like thanking you and stuff. Those stone quarries would make gorgeous decorations in a marble sculptor's studio. Yeah. Alright. Oh, you're asking me, what are you looking for? I was just looking for some stones, in case he had any. I just dropped off a bunch of copper to Shino's place, and he said that, as I needed copper, and I was like, if he's got any stones, I'd dump them in my sieve later, but, yeah. I'm sure he's got them, just not somewhere easy access. Not important. Alright. We've goofed off for like half an hour. We need to make a little progress. I mean, look at this, all this that you did, Sid, and we haven't even filled anything up. So I'm not sure we're going to get very much farther today. I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus with this today. I'm just not, I don't know. Not on my A game today for sure. If you need stone by the basement of my lake house. Yes, you definitely have lots of stones in there. I said it's not like something I really need, so I wasn't too worried about it. Alright, now I seem to have done something a little bit... Yeah. These... need to go like this. And then we go like this. Yay! Maybe we'll get a little bit more of the roof done. That was kind of... I wanted to be able to do something where you can actually tell that we've worked on it. Been out with an old friend a little tipsy. Okay. Speed run the building. Oh, you think? Yeah. Not gonna happen. For sure not gonna happen. Okay. Hello, Corbinite.
How is the build going?
It's going slowly as per usual. I mean, what's new, right?
Wait, did Katie say speed run the building?
We're joking about me being really slow. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. Let's see. And then we want to go... Have I reminded anybody in the last, I don't know, year or so how much I hate building roofs. Ask Sid. I mean, I left for 2 months. And he finally took video on me. He was like, I've been filthy, put this roof on. I built the whole docks and the whole community center, except for the, you know, the windmill tower. And, well, the infrastructure anyway. He prettied up the inside and everything. And then he finally put the roof on.
So you hate doing the roofs, I hate doing the interiors.
Interiors, yeah, you know.
Yeah, they can get a bit messy.
Well, that's okay.
Especially in real life.
Well, yeah, your real life interiors definitely are messy. I don't know how atypical that is of a preteen. So, yeah, he's a hoot. He is a hoot. Okay. Now I think we want to go. I want to bang myself into the building because that's, you know. What piece is this? I actually don't recognize it. Oh, this is the Resonance Archive, the invention. This is the one that I can actually never get to play while I'm actually in the Resonance Archive. Alright, let's do you. Oh my gosh, I have eggs on the brain. I thought that was like a fried egg down there.
Yeah, it does look like a fried egg.
Yeah, well, out of the corner of my eye. I'm sorry. It was egg day a couple of days ago.
I still do like having eggs.
I boiled a bunch of quail eggs and peeled them and did red pickled eggs and sausage. Red sausage and pickled eggs. And then also made some mayak eggs. I guess in Korea they're known as drug eggs. They're basically a soy marinated egg. And did those. And I didn't. Normally I'll do things like make mayo and. There is no such thing. Come on. Do I want a slab there or an upside down stair? Which, you know, we don't do.
I always just put full block.
Yeah, because that's going to be the front. So let's do an upside down here. And then a little sticky outy bit. And we got to go down and pick up our bits that we've torn off. Okay. 2 little dog houses. Okay, let's put a full plank. Don't need the knife on me. Ah, not there. Not that one. Man, I gotta get my alerts and sound effects and stuff up. Had no times. The real life again is just incredibly busy. Oh, that's turny. Well, I don't want a turny. We want a poke-a-holy innie. I might as well be tipsy. I'm definitely loopy. Okay. And then a piece here. There. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. We have to fix our things here first, right? Our columns. Sunny Village. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Yep, you're right. It is kind of cutesy. We need to fix these. Oh, question of the day. Someone in the chat, please type exclamation point QOTD and see if that works. And we'll see if I had it updated. I think I updated it a couple days ago. So, see if that works. And we wanted steps here, right? Okay. And then upside downs here. Eat. Ah, come on. What's my, what is it, a 25% ratio of misplacing blocks? Sounds like an elder teaching their young to play an instrument. Little locust family. Okay, that's really funny.
No, it's not an instrument.
They're not talking about you, baby. All right. Talking about the music in my ear. Okay. And then we went ahead and did all right. We did an upside down there, correct? Let me build both of them at the same time, that way. And we go like this. There we go. Ah, come on. And then we do this side. This is definitely an appropriate song for me trying to build a roof, for sure. Or this whole build really has been like this. It's been one very vicious nightmare. And you. Right. And you. Fantastic. My favorite drink is a smoothie with kefir. Oh, question of the day was, what's your favorite drink? Right. I make some homemade kefir. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I will drink an orange Julius a lot in the morning, and I'll put either, well, some sort of cultured dairy. I'll either put kefir in it or some yogurt, some cultured yogurt, or yeah, it's usually some sort of yogurt or kefir, and raw quail eggs, and a bit of orange juice, a bit of orange electrolyte powder, a bit of what else do I put in it? Collagen peptides and prebiotic, you know, that kind of thing, and it's pretty amazing. It's one of my main breakfasts, actually. So that's one of my favorites. It used to be, I was the Kool-Aid person. So way back when, in the days of text adventures rather than visual ones like this that actually had graphics and stuff, it was always Kool-Aid break for Pyrrh. But now it's a tea break because I need it for my throat in order to talk. Or, yeah, so I have my smoothie or bulletproof hot chocolate in the morning. All right, let's come out here. It looks like we've lost our sound again. There we are. Water. Coffee's a close runner-up, but I can live without it if I have to. That's good. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. We don't drink coffee or caffeinated tea. Lemonade. Ideally pink lemonade, since pink is my favorite color. Well, I actually have pink lemonade electrolyte powder in my water right now. Raspberry, naturally pink lemonade is very nice, especially homemade. Oh, yum. I've got strawberry lemonade electrolyte powder that I use. I can't say lemonade is my favorite, but if I do lemonade, it's going to be pink for sure. My daughters love lemonade. The song reminds me of the South in Vintage Story, how goofy the pandas are down there. Have you seen our, well, Sid's pet panda? Mr. Burpy Face is what I call him. He makes really nasty noises. I've got him turned off. Trying to remember his actual name. He's got a name plaque. Claymore J. Flapdoodle. Literary character. Hi, dude. Yeah, go away. But no, he's really cool. He's done such a good job on this wagon. It's amazing. All right. Hey, look, we got it. We got a couple planks down today. Yippee. What else did I say we were going to do? We're not getting much done, are we? Oh, man. Well, let's just keep building up because I think we can... after I get stuck here... And then down here. And then I think we can go. I'll have to build up a little bit, I think. Yeah, maybe. All right. Let's repeat this on the other side before I forget what I'm doing. We came out to underneath the step. Maybe not? Yeah.
Well, I gotta go. It's my bed.
Yes. Good night, Corbinite. Good night, Corbinite. Yeah, definitely struggle. I mean, look at that. There we are. Oh, speaking of all nine types of pie that Harold liked best, I just saw that Harold and the Purple Crayon is actually coming out with a live action movie in August. I don't know. It looks kind of cute. I guess it's Harold grown up and then he comes into the real world. For sure. Gonna take the kids to see that. Harold and the Purple Crayon was definitely a favorite when I read it to my kids when they were younger. Okay. Came in for more stairs. What have we got going on? Let's get those stacked up. Oh, we definitely still need these. And let's grab some stairs. Yep, we'll have to go back and get some pie next break. So I don't know, I guess I drink water most. I used to. Decades ago, I was a Coke drinker. I loved Coke, Coca-Cola. And yeah, caffeine-free Coke. And yeah, then I stopped drinking soda altogether. High fructose corn syrup got cut out of my diet, as did Well, that was basically it. And my teeth thanked me for it, for sure. And so did my health. Definitely, the high fructose corn syrup now gives me a headache if I end up with some of it. So, all right. What do I want here? I think I want to start. Let's do. Are we gonna have to take this? Yeah, we're gonna have to take this wall down. Darn it! And I don't have room. All right, let's just start taking some of this down because it's getting in my way. I can't back up and look. All right, I know we didn't do a lot of building today, but we'll try to at least get a little bit more of the roof done. I'm good for another hour and 15 minutes. Can't play till midnight tonight. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow too, some physical work. There we go. My quail cages get cleaned on Friday, and then we're going to move the boys into their rooster caboose area. Make sure that the fence works. Agreed on the soda. I'm so glad pies work like meals. Yeah, that's really good. But I do like some fizzy drinks. No, it's nice though because my kids also are like, they don't drink soda, and they'll have a sip of it and they're like, because it's fizzy. They're not really into it. Although we have some slightly carbonated fizzy drinks. We'll fizz some juice up or something. I have it's not, it's called a sparkle. It's not a soda stream. It's a sparkle. I don't buy kits or anything for it. I just put citric acid and baking soda in it. And it fizzes up. But I found some somewhat decent tasting cream soda flavor. Oh, I love me some cream soda. And I think I miss cream soda more than Coke. So I'm still looking for a decent cola flavor because I put a little bit of sugar. I'll put xylitol in it, but not a lot. And I use a little bit of honey in my tea, but not a lot. Even my hot chocolate that I have in the morning, if the kids want hot chocolate, I'll actually double the sugar in it. And they don't get a lot of sweet stuff. So yeah, I really don't have a lot of sweet, but where's my shovel? But I'm finding that I really enjoy the cream soda. I used to drink a lot of Pellegrino, or like 1 or 2 a day, and that was really nice. So my sparkle is really handy. It does a pretty good job, I think. There we go. And it's nice that you can make your own little thing to make it fizzy. There's no point in spending so much money on their little fizz stuff. Okay, I don't know how far over I want to go because I think I'm going to build the wall. We may pull this back just a little, expand the coop. Well, this is actually the coop. I guess those guys are in there permanently, maybe? Look, they're all sleeping. Okay, sorry. Pull just this and then make it all cobble because I think this is actually an integral part of the wall. And bring the wall back here. And then, yeah, I don't know, because it's going to have to come over a little bit. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. Because this, I think this all needs to come out probably straight ahead. Yeah, probably straight up, huh? All right. Something for another day. But for now, we're just getting this little piece out so I can see what I'm doing. It'd be nice if I got my sound back. Okay, are we ready for some quarry? Probably. There we are. I love cream soda. Yeah, cream soda is pretty darn good stuff. I love taking ore blocks and using the texture walls. I have a few. Yeah, I really like the quartz ore as well, and they're easy to come by. I think I only had a few, but I think I've used them a little bit. Come on. Let's go downstairs. And get those, what are they? The quarry mod splitters. Splitter plugs. Yeah, this is why I have so much andesite rock on me. It was from busting those out, isn't it? I may have to drop off some of this into the community center. Because I don't need the soil, or we can use it to build us up a little bit more. Actually, I don't want soil right here, do I? I want that to be all granite, so there's no point in me putting soil down. I should have put granite blocks down here. All right, well, hindsight. All right. Gotta come down a little more, guys. Definitely need to decide what we're going to do with the outside area. This is a cute little kind of acoustic guitar piece. I like how the soundtrack he's done is really varied. You know, there's a few 8-bitty pieces, and there's a few happy-go-lucky pieces, and definitely some just typical background soundtrack pieces. Some epic bits. Yeah, he's done a good job. Okay. Let's just do this. Can I get all the way back there? No. I know I'm just doing this a really derpy way, but that is how it is. Well, it'll be, yes, the quarrying is satisfying to watch if I'm not, you know, messing it up. Definitely cool to listen to. Hopefully my sound works again. Oh, we're back to Quirky Tavern. Well, it may not be perfect, but there we go. There we go. Got a few crunches in there. I'm not sure what in-game is causing my sound to glitch out. But, oh man, yeah, here we are. We have too much junk on us. And let's head back, drop off some of this dirt. The versatility. All right. Let's eat some pie, Find some place to drop this dirt off. Whoops, that's enough pie. That's enough pie. That may be full. Then we have, they're all full. That's great. I hate to do this. Yeah, there's no place to put it. The banging sound is from mining meteorite. Yes, chink, 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 and then that very satisfying crunch noise you get. I'll have to come back and make a crate to put more medium soil in. And guys, come get the soil to make roads. You know, I bet that's where everybody's been using the kibbles, is to make roads. Let's go down and get some pie. Woot! Got a little bit of pie left. See, it's the thing that's going to expire the soonest. Ooh. Pasta made with onion juice, noodles, cured red meat nugget, and chopped carrots. My goodness, we're getting fancy. Fancy, fancy. Okay. Yeah, that's the last piece of pie we've got, actually. All right, let's take you. And we will save its life. That means using it before it goes bad. I had someone ask me, what do you mean you're saving its life? Something my mom always said. We would have muscos for dinner. That's keyword for leftovers. What do you mean muscos? Well, this must go and that must go. And we're saving its life because we're eating it before it goes bad. Yeah, I'll make a new crate. I'll probably end up getting some more dirt. Got a couple more minutes. Let's at least finish something. We'll get the rest of this cleared out so we can back up a little bit. And then I will take another quick health break. Oh, can't do that. All right. I think I can do it this way. And then this way. More ASMR, yay. Maybe. Every time I get to where I'm using this mod, when I'm streaming, it just kind of, this is where it glitches. Alright. We get a little bit of it in there. It still doesn't like me picking up the dirt. Okay, and then we're gonna go... One, two, three, four. Yeah, this is just really... You can tell that I'm not spatially inclined. I'm a musician, okay? I don't do this kind of thing. I can't tell what visually I'm looking at. I'm not a visual artist. I'm a auditory kind of artist. Let's see. Let's get rid of you. I'm gonna put it sideways. There we go. That's close enough. Oh man. Alright. I am seriously full up again. Oh, that's because of this. Alright. I'll be back for you guys. Right. Pink and pink. And here's another one in here. All these crazy little bits. Alright. Yeah, the family had leftovers today for sure, because after recovering from yesterday, and then having doing all that work today. Did that work like a regular chisel, or was that my imagination? Yeah, it was just too much. So we had leftovers. My daughter made rice. I've got some beautiful green onions growing out in a container in my front yard. That's not what I wanted. Can we chisel? I guess we can chisel the one high, right? 2, 3. Okay, give me my hammer. Come on, sound. All right. Right. Hey, there's one. We got one little satisfying crunch sound. We may go ahead and do a quick relog as we take our break, because I can do that standing up. All right. Now, let's pick up all of our bits and bobs. Give me the Corey bits. Oh my gosh, I still have that. Give me this. There we go. Making progress. Hopefully we get where it looks like we did something this weekend. That would be nice. Because right now, if you come and look, it doesn't really look like I've done much. I fixed up the windows here, put the bell in, which is a very cheesy looking bell right now. But, I don't know. Just do what I can. Like I said, that's me, you know. You get what you get. All right. Let's take a quick break. I'm going to relog, see if I can get my sound fixed, and get up and stretch, refresh the tea, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Good morning / evening or nighttime, Andy. Sad and glad to see you. Very happy that you stopped in to say hi. Yes, thank you for the slate. I grabbed about 9 blocks and we did this very cheesy looking bell. See, these are Sid's chains and they look awesome. And then I put this big hunk of monstrosity on it. You know, I kind of made a decent looking clapper. I mean, it's not amazing, but yeah, Katie insists that this is really derpy looking and that we really need to put some more detail on it. Well, she didn't say derpy. I said derpy, but she very politely said it needs more detail. Yeah, I agree. It's just not up to it. The brain is mush this week. I have literally been on the go all week long. And then I stacked all of my errands up yesterday. I went 17 different places, left home 4 times total. And I had to cancel my stream last night. I was just dead. So, and in fact, we're only going another hour tonight. Sometimes we'll go to 12, or it's 10 p.m. here too, Katie. A lot of the times we'll go to 12. We're only going to go to 11 tonight because I need to do a little bit more planning and things. And I've got a lot of physical work to do tomorrow. I've got to get my quail cages done and then really do some computer administrative work for household stuff and business stuff, but also some we're going to work on this. I got to get heavy cleaning my kitchen, which is a disaster with all of the canning stuff that's all stacked up everywhere, and farm dishes, birds and stuff that's stacked up everywhere, and I need to get that cleaned up so I can get my seedlings going. It's a little bit late, yes, but we're going to do mainly indoor and container gardening anyway, so it's not going to matter. I have aeroponics gardens that I do, and they don't really care what season you're in. And I have a new little kind of mini greenhouse that we're putting on our balcony that I'll be able to do seedlings and microgreens and stuff in, get it out of my house. If you missed that, my cats interfere with the microgreens, so I can't really... Hi, you're gonna smack me when I do that? Aha! You didn't even wake up in time. We should gather all these puffballs. It's a shame that I'll be covering them up. Let's double check and make sure. I think there's another puffball area up here. There's a question. Will the mushrooms regrow if they're underground and not exposed to light? Puffballs in real life need like a grassy area to those red wine caps. Need like a lawn to grow on. I thought there was another puffball area right over here. Well, I guess it's an experiment we can do. What we'll do is we'll just cover that up in the places that I need to cover it up, but we won't, you know, dig it out. There we go, right? There's the puffball spot. I knew there were more over here and more red wine caps. All right. What time of year is it? Probably should do some gathering of these and tell Candy that we've left her some mushrooms. But yeah, this is, let me make sure I've got this marked. Come on, map. Sometimes my keys work, sometimes they don't. There we go. All right. Clay. Huh. Oh, and I know the copper's not there anymore. Puffballs. And of course white, because they're white, right? And then we'll gather some red wine caps for her too. Can't do all building, but I still think we can get that roof on the side bits done tonight. And then tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Saturday, we will maybe get more of the roof or maybe the little back section done. Yeah, that would work. Okay, whoops. Man, it sure is nice being able to fly and look at this stuff. There we go. I actually have never actually eaten a puffball. I want to really bad. I wish we could cultivate them, and in fact I may just try. I'm not like a mushroom expert. My daughter, my oldest, has been studying mushrooms a lot and she really likes them, and I couldn't get it for her birthday, but it's gonna be a late birthday present. I'll get her a little mini mushroom tent to go outside when I get my greenhouse built, because I'll have power out there. It's just outside my kitchen. It's a little balcony, and see if she can cultivate some mushrooms. But I would like to get some puffball spores and see if we can get them to grow in our yard, because we've got the perfect environment for them. They're just very, very hard to get to work. I figured I'd just, you know, I got a whole big front yard that the chickens won't mess with, at least not right now. And I think it would be cool to see if we can get anything to take. Because we definitely, and then we have forest in our backyard, but they don't grow in forest. We have lots of naturally occurring mushrooms here. A lot of them are edible, but we have death caps that grow here as well. Quite a few poisonous mushrooms. Quite a few extremely poisonous mushrooms. So my husband is, of course, very, very paranoid. He won't let us eat any mushrooms that we forage, no matter if we know for sure or not. He's like, well, you never know what's going to cross-contaminate with the death caps or whatever. Like, okay, fine. So we'll try to cultivate our own. But I do know we have the best environment for it, for sure. Definitely got a huge mycelial network underneath our forest back there. Although, you know, what would be really good is if we get some pigs back there in that forest and they can eat the mushrooms. They'll know what's okay and what's not. Grow some bacon. I think that'd be a good idea. All right. Now let's go over to our puffball patch here and then we'll drop these off in the cellar. I love foraging and using mushrooms in my meals in vintage story, especially in scrambled eggs. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to really do a lot of cooking. I've done a little bit, but for sure I'll do a little bit at some point. Well, I mean, I say in this game, but I mean, since we started the server. And Candy does so much fancy stuff, it's really cool. So, but I'm just repaying the pie that she made. All right. Get her some ingredients to work with. I thought most entities needed light in this game, but nice to experiment. With you there. Can't run past a new variety of edible mushroom in vintage story. Yeah, I definitely like foraging. That's the problem. They need to make a mushroom bag because you go out just foraging and your inventory fills up so fast. All right. I don't know. I don't think she puts her raw ingredients in here, but yeah. Ooh, what's that? Syrup covered fruit bread. 86 days. Yeah, that one's going to need to get eaten. Syrup covered fruit bread charred with a missing graphic. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. We're going to eat that. Candied pear. Fish fresh for 6.2 years? Whoa. Okay, and then we are going to give her these, and we'll put these up on the shelf. Almost ate it by accident. Whoopsie. Can we finish off our pie? All right. Oh, when they put these varieties of mushrooms in Vintage Story, my daughter was over the moon. Like, look, I know what this is, and I know what that is, and she'd tell me the whole history of more than you ever wanted to know about that particular variety of mushroom. It's pretty cool. Gotta love her, though. That's Polka Dot Spot, for those of you who didn't know. I think it's because you can't cultivate mushrooms. I'll never outgrow the joys of taking time out to go foraging. I love marking all the little mushroom spots, for sure. I live in a place that often has fabulous mushroom foraging in real life. Yeah, so do I. But the hotter, drier summers have made the last few years hit or miss. Ah, okay. See, we live, even when it gets hotter and drier like it has the last few summers, we still have so much forest. And our area, I actually live in what I guess it's considered temperate rainforest. We're that wet. But tell you what, the plants love it, for sure. We're just on heavy clay, so I have to be really careful. We have to cultivate the soil. Now we got the chickens and they're working on it. I'm going to plant some forage. That should work on I'll plant some forage that has some deep roots, and that should work on it some more. That way we should have some decent soil. I put a few death caps in some planers. I put one in my saw blade locust room. I would put the poisonous mushrooms in stews here in Vintage Story. You know, they got enough hit points to take it. We have one type of poisonous mushroom here. I don't remember the name. Plus we have poison ivy everywhere. Oh yeah, we have poison ivy everywhere. And we have death caps. I think we have the Ametus and Anitas here as well. Immune to poison ivy. Unfortunately, the ivy starves out the local mushroom populace. That sucks. I'm actually allergic to poison ivy. Because the first time I got caught in it was at the other house that we had down the street. And I was clearing the yard of an area that was just overgrown. And I was like, I'm sick of looking at this. So I just went out and cleared it all out by hand. And let me tell you, I did not notice the poison ivy there. And I saw it, I was like, oh, dang. And the problem was I was getting over something else, and I was on a steroid. I think I was on cortisone or cortisol or something at the time. And so I was on the steroid, which basically suppresses the immune system, and it just tore my legs up. So, ever since then, of course, because of the overreacted reaction, now I'm allergic to it. Kind of a bummer. Okay, so now that we've eaten and we've taken care of all of goofing off for about 20 minutes, a mushroom bag was like a mining bag with extra slots. It made with rush matting instead of a tin plate. See, there you go. You can make a little mushroom mod and add. You could add cultivation. You can make a little mushroom tent, and you'd have to have, some of them grow, and you add the mushroom with the knife and the little glass bottle, and then you add your log and the bottle to inoculate the log, or the oak log if it's oak, or dirt if you're doing something else, and different types of mushrooms. That would be fantastic. Different mushrooms for different types of wood. And then you have like a special little, like a glass case, except it would be like a mushroom tent, and then you would pop your logs in. That would be cool. That would be really fun. And I wish I knew how to do mods. I wish I had time to learn. Right now, I just don't. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Just a little busy with real life and stuff. I'm just happy I get a chance to play now, even though it's streaming and it's not video editing like I like to do. I'm having a good time streaming. It's nice to have the social interaction with other adults who love games for sure, but sometimes it's a little, I love my family, but homeschooling, and that's all, basically all I get is being exposed to the kids. Okay, now that can be a plank. Let's go ahead and put our hammer back on over here. Yeah, I think they've done a great job with the mushrooms, for sure. All right, we want to go up here, maybe? Yeah, because that'll go on top of that block. And then we'll come out here. And then we've got okay. Then we can just build this puppy up right here. Except with planks or slabs rather than planks. And then, yeah, this is a lot easier to do than trying to shape it really small like the other spot. And then that'll have to be a slab. Oh, I can't reach it. I can't reach. Hey, now it looks like we did something. It still counts as content, Pyrrh. Yeah, I know. I'm enjoying the streaming, but it's definitely different. It's a different stream of consciousness, so to speak, when you're streaming and you can't cut out all of the grindy, boring bits. Seems like my streams are basically the grindy, boring bits. Because I don't have a whole lot of excitement when I'm building and things. Oh man. I use the largest bags from the ABC inventory mod. Now, I'm not familiar with the ABC inventory mod, but I do like the better chests that we use. I'm also in temperate rainforest, but Western Canada. A few years ago, you could barely walk into the woods in October without stepping on a chanterelle. Oh man, I think Polka Dot Spot has found chanterelles here too. We have lots of oyster mushrooms. It's chicken of the woods. I want to try chicken of the woods too. Those are my two number ones that I want to try, and I had never heard of them until Vintage Story. And that's the chicken of the woods and the puffball. We have the giant puffballs that grow here. But yeah, we have lots and lots of stuff. Mushrooms that grow here. Last 2 summers we've had dry summers and lots of forest fires, and mushrooms have not been as abundant. They did a controlled burn here last week of Dawson Forest, which is basically the forest that we live in. 900 acres. It was something outrageous. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not very spatially inclined, so it just sounds like a lot of space to me. Anyway, it took them about 24 hours, and they did a controlled burn, and then the next morning it was so smoky out here. I got up, it's like, oh my gosh, what happened? What set on fire? And so I looked it up, and they had stopped the burn at 2 p.m. the previous day. It was only just hitting us in the morning, but thank goodness it dissipated, because my kids had an outdoor activity going on. I was like, no. But it went away. And then, of course, that was in town, too. We're on the very south end of Dawson County, or whatever. The Dawson Forest. And it's just kind of where it ended up, the wind stream or whatever. So that was nice. And it was obviously better in town, and then it was all better a few hours later. But yeah, I like a better idea to do the controlled burn. If not, then it can get out of control. A lot of people here, we kind of we'll control burn our yards to keep it safe. We probably should do that. Okay. Then fill in the back end again. I think I'm in a temperate rainforest too. I'm in northeastern America. Same for me though for droughts. We've been lucky with rainfall, but still way drier and warmer than usual. We actually are dry here. We've got a burn notice right now. We didn't burn any trash yesterday, but it's been dry. But then again, people complain about it being dry here when it's been like 3 days. It's been 3 days since it rained. Oh man, you'd think it never has sunshine here, but we do. We have plenty. Oh no. But that's really funny. It's so wet. It's so wet. We were out and we're stepping in the mud, and it's like starting to flood or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's dry for 3 days. Oh my gosh, it's so dry. We need rain. Like, you guys make up your mind. My goodness. Georgia farmers are like the worst. My whole issue is that we've been having Indian summers and then a frost. So it's killed our peaches and our pears for years. This is the first year, I think, in many, 5 or 6, where we haven't had that happen. So we should have finally a nice peach harvest and a nice pear harvest. So if I can keep the neighbors from stealing my pears. people to walk down the street and come into my front yard and actually steal my groceries. It kind of bothers me. So we haven't had pears off of our tree for a while. So I'm going to put a camera out there and tell them, hey, look, you're being filmed this time. Leave my pears alone. My husband says, oh, it's the deer. No, it's not the deer, because the deer will not pick up everything all the way 8 feet up the tree and then just leave the rotten ones. You know, well, not the rotten, but the weird looking ones. Leave a couple that are mutant Pyrrhs, and no, the deer will eat everything off the ground and off the tree up to a certain level. So no, you can't tell me. That's two-footed predators. Okay, I think maybe we can get this part done too before we go at least started. Let's eat the piece of bread. Oh, how heavy is that? 160? Yeah, we should be all right. Yeah. And we need some stairs. Why do I keep getting that tin bronze chisel on me? I'm barely finding time to play much. Let's learn to make mods. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to find the time, for sure. I love finding chicken of the woods, trees, and vintage stories. Trees covered in mist mushroom type is a fantastic backup food source. Absolutely. I see people cutting down those loaded mushroom trees and screaming to myself, no! I know. I will put signs on trees if I think that someone's going to be going by. Because we don't know, but here in Rusty Gears, they're pretty good about not cutting the trees down. But if you harvest them and you don't know, then you got to put a sign out. I'm in Pennsylvania. Yeah. See, now, if California would do more controlled burns, then they wouldn't have nearly the issues. Texas stopped doing their controlled burns, and you know what happened to them recently. Okay. But we haven't had one here. They normally don't do the forest. Well, they don't do it every year. I think it's about every 7 or 8 years, something like that. And everybody's like, oh, you're hurting the wildlife and stuff. And it's like, actually, the wildlife we have here, the turkeys and the deer, actually thrive off of land that's been, that's had a burn come through it. And they don't do everything, so they're not like killing everything off. So a lot of it's protected, and depending on the time of year too. So you don't do it when you got babies, obviously. So they're good about knowing when. All right, so we're going to come across here. Did we do... Give me that. Wow. It's actually starting to look like something. We did this side, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a spooky piece of music. Hang on, I gotta check and see what this is. Oh, another Resonance Archives library. This is the one, another one that I don't get to hear in game because for some reason I can't get it to play when I'm in there. And I always make sure to turn my music on before I go in at all. So I don't know the issue there. In Lancashire, the only controlled burn we have are the abandoned cars, the local yokels, the local used burn. Yeah, dried brush. as little thorns that get caught on the animal's paws and skin, leaving them vulnerable to infection, fatigue, pain, even death. I didn't think about that part. About, you know, the pre-burn stuff. It's really interesting. I have so many pears last year that was giving boxes away because I couldn't keep up with processing them. Oh man, this just sounds so yummy. I couldn't process any pears. We didn't have any. Lots of problems with death from thorn bushes and tumbleweeds here. It's the resident. Yeah, you're right. It was a Resonance Archives library for sure. Need to play those Resonance Archives songs a couple more times. There's a drifter out there again. What's he doing? Okay. Did it go up far enough? No, that needs to go up a little ways. Yeah, that should meet in the middle, right? About to find out. Really good pieces that he did for Resonance Archive, have to say. And this is another one straight across, correct? There we go. Do your typical diagonal roof build here. Alright, then we're probably going to do the typical upside down stair. Is that the middle? Yeah. We'll do this, and then we'll probably do the other side. And then our upside down cookout. There we go. Okay. I thought that was crooked for a second. I guess that's alright. Whew, and then we'll just be able to go all the way across. I'm going to be tempted to go later because that'll be quick. That'll be quick and easy. Alright, so we started with this. I see surface tin. Yeah. This is tin over here. If that's what you were talking about. Yeah. It's not really, well, it's surface now. It wasn't surface before. I guess I take that back. It was up here. I don't know if I had it marked. Nope. So it may not have been, you know, I don't know, unless someone went zipping by and picked it up when we were first starting. Hey, look at here, we have pear tree. I don't even remember that being there. I don't know if we can save it. Ah, bummer. I don't know if we can save it. I'll have to replant it somewhere out here. Whew. So, yeah, if it is indeed, yeah, quality pour, it's probably surface tin. I guess someone blew by when the spawn happened and picked the tin up and didn't tell anybody, or didn't mark it. Or they marked it, but we have a way of sharing the waypoints when you make them. I can't imagine that would be something that they would be it would be necessary to share, but someone has it marked on their map and never went back to get it. I tried to clear out most of the stuff that I had marked before I started building. Okay, and then we're going to go straight across again. And squish, squishy, squish. Boop. Ah. Well, speaking of content, if any of you like Minecraft, I am ushering in a new vanilla Minecraft server with the LDS Gamers group. So that'll be a good time. That's Monday night, early. And I'll try to get the exact time in Discord. I've written it, but I will put it in an event. I think that makes it so it will show up at your time, local time zone. All right, so let's make the front little A here. Glintor is so goofy looking. It is. It is, but I've made flooring out of it. It's kind of cool. It reminds me of Bubbles. Googly eyes. Yeah. Thank you, Katie. This is a stretch for me. You know, builds based on another build, and I'm just doing the best I can to bring it in a vintage story, and this is all, like I said, pre-chisel. If I get really carried away, maybe we'll chisel some things down and get it super duper fancy. But I think I would like to build out the city a little bit more. At least, you know, I need to get this part done. Maybe I can get Noah to help me build the little bit of wall here once I figure out how far out and where it needs to curve and stuff. Hey, maybe we'll preserve this little mushroom area and make it part of the catacombs that we'll put under here. That'd be cool. But I need to finish this part out and then bring it up here for the castle area. Even if we don't build the castle, we're going to build the area. And speaking of dungeons, this ruin that was here that we demolished, I was very grateful to Gran for demolishing this ruin with all the granite blocks that are now part of the community center. But yeah, this ruin. Wouldn't that be cool? You want dungeons? Oh, kind of like Lord of the Rings, where the 9 were buried, and we can come down here, and looks like I've taken out the walls. We can make little catacombs in the sides. That would be kind of interesting. Or I mean, little dungeons. Where the catacombs will be underneath the chapel, but this will be underneath the castle, and we can make this the dungeon and put little cell blocks. That would be cute. All right. Enough conjecture. Okay, so starting to look like something. Looks like we actually finally did something today, huh? We've got a little bit of roof. Touch up on the windows here. Do I have any more violet glass? There's a question. Did I say we were going to make some glass today? I don't know. Maybe we should save that for tomorrow. See if I could get the ingredients for luminous glass for the dark pink and whatever color other color. English. What other colors we want to use for the windows? Make that whole thing luminous glass. Make this whole thing luminous glass. And make some more violet glass for these windows. And then we'll do some windowage next time. Alright, let's fill this part in. I like this tune too. This is Mirror. This is one of my favorites. How far do those stairs go down to? They go all the way down. I think they go almost down to bedrock. Reminds me of the infinite stairs I don't know the number it has. Infinite Stairs SCP? I don't know. But yeah, it goes all the way down. It used to have walls. And it's part of Nicholas's Better Ruins. Okay, do we want to go all the way up? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oof. All right. Let's build up this side. Yeah, Safety of a Warm Fire has a really slow start. It's always like super quiet, and then it's a little happy-go-lucky later. There we go. All right. Okay. Bring on the stairs. We may put some supplies away and just go grab some stairs. Yeah, I don't want to pause on the roof building because it actually is starting to look like we did something. I stop now. I won't feel right. So we'll do the goofing off at the beginning of the Saturday stream and make some glass, which that's kind of a tedious process, but it's interesting. Yeah, let's go down and get some more stairs. Let's go down. So, Pyrrh, what was your method for designing, planning this build? My method was finding, I think this is Blue Nerd, yeah. Blue Nerd did a chapel like this, and I basically ported it into Vintage Story. I created a different palette and figured out what different blocks that I would use, and that's basically it. I mean, I changed out some of the blocks. Obviously, the palette is completely different. Yeah, and then I can do some chiseling on things, whereas he didn't. So I'm not original. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is as original as I get. All right, I made a little kitchen. It's like this. This is it. You know, I'm not really that great of a builder, so I have to kind of go off on what other people are using. The same thing with the docks in the community center. This was also a Blue Nerd. In fact, I've linked, I think, in the, I don't know if it's the spawn area now, but the original design for this. Rare surface ores, there's a chance no bits will spawn above it. Okay. Tin is sufficiently rare enough. Similar to meteor kind of rarity and chance of rock spawns. Yeah, for sure. I think we upped the rate for tin to spawn just a little bit because of all of us, you know, starting together. And this time we didn't have different areas that we were going to. We would have areas that we would go to as a group. In the last one, that we would go and we would gather resources. So it was not quite as taxing for everybody trying to start at spawn and fighting over the flint bits. So we turned up the spawn rate just a little bit. We did all right too. I mean, we all worked together as a team to get the first bits out of the way anyway. So, all right. So now we're just gonna go, just continue these down. We're going to do the upside down stairs, not only because it's easier, but it'll look better underneath as well. Make sure it blends in enough. my server increase the amount of ore that would spawn on the surface. I usually do in even my single player games. I will turn it up just by 1 because I just, you know, I don't feel like I know how to do it, so I don't feel like working that hard looking for stuff. And as I mentioned before to someone, I've never found iron on a single player world. So I know how to process iron and I know how to process steel. I've had a few people teach me how, and I've done it for ASCII on the last Rusty Gears, and I've done it with Mikey on on the Aura Fury servers quite a bit. So I know how to process it. He taught me how, but I've actually just never found iron. Of course, I never bothered prospecting for it either. There was always a better stuff to do, and I just never really got around to it, to be perfectly honest. So I suppose when I get to that point in a single player world and I run out of other stuff that I want to do, then I'll go actually prospect for iron. And I guess the new prospecting tools in vanilla make it a lot easier, so that's good. Why does the song Mirror remind you of Kurazar? Your adventures with Kurazar last season were great to watch. Yeah, that high cut paper, by the way. Nice to see you. I'd miss playing with Kurazar. But you know, he's bigger and better things. You know, got to do what you got to do. And happy for his success for sure. Okay. But maybe we can convince him to come back for a little bit of Rusty Gears action next season. Who knows? Depends on what he's got going on. Do I have any miscellaneous food hanging out? Nope. Let's eat some pie. Then I don't know if we want to use... We want to go even here. Yeah, let's go even. No, let's not go even. Let's do... Actually, that'll look better from underneath. Let's do this. And then a slab. Yeah. Come on, target. Iron veins are so enormous that once you find an area, exactly. I mean, higher in the prospecting, you can pretty much dig straight down and hit it. Yeah, and I've checked the right rock formations and everything, but I guess I think I got close in my last single player. I just didn't push hard enough, you know. Found the right types of rock to find it in. I just never found it. Hi back, cut paper. Question of the day was, what's your favorite drink, by the way, for those of you that might have missed it. Kurazar will play Mirror in the videos often, so I think of him when I hear the song. Yeah, I put Mirror in almost Mirror and Midnight in almost every video. That's cool. He likes some of the same tunes. And boop. Oh, cool. This is definitely looking like something, guys. Thanks for putting up with all of this. I mean, surely not again. More chapel building. Are you kidding? But no, not kidding. We've got... This is the middle section. And then we'll have this end. It's almost identical to the front. And then it won't have a tower per se. It'll come out and then we'll have a little design in the back. All right. Finish the roof. Come on. Let's not get too distracted. See if we can get this done. Get her done. People, my daughters were making fun of my son. They were emptying dishes, and he's like, I got my part done. And he sounded, my daughter was like, what accent was that? I said, his inner southernness coming out. And my oldest daughter's like, you are from the South. we were joking around with their southern accents. I'm from the West Coast. I'm from Las Vegas, so I have picked up a little bit of drawl. I had lived in Texas for a couple of years, so I used y'all. That's about the worst I got from Texas. But I've picked up a little bit of drawl, not much, but my daughters have a little bit, my kids, but not a lot. But their papa, my father-in-law, I couldn't understand him. It took me about 5 years before I could understand him. His accent was so thick. Wow. So, yeah, it's really cute when I hear my kids do that. So I don't know if it's genetic or not. See, and I grew up around Australian accent because my uncle was born and raised in Australia, and his son had, even though he never lived in Australia, he has an Australian accent. But I literally couldn't understand a word Hoyt said for about 5 years. I felt really bad. I kept saying, what? And he would say it louder. I was like, I don't think louder is going to help. I think you need to slow down. And then some of the words they say in the southeast are different than the terms that we would use, elsewhere. So it's different. It's different for sure. Hey, I forgot my little outside piece here. Man, get it done. I got this one. Okay. I know I keep spinning around. That's probably very irritating. There we go. So we got the windows touched up, and then the roofs done. So that's good. Got a little bit of progress done today. Love tea with milk. Depends. I guess it depends on what kind of tea. I drink herbal tea. Most of it's fruit flavored. I don't know. I haven't had milk in my tea for quite some time. Chamomile might be pretty good with milk. I'll have to try that probably tomorrow. I'll make me some chamomile at night. I managed to randomly find iron this season while randomly exploring a cave. Previously, I used prospecting logs. Yeah, I always prefer to go caving, and I think that's why. Now I found it on the server. I found iron. I think last season, because I haven't done any exploring this season. Well, very little. I did a little bit, but I went out with 8-digit and Gran a couple of times and acted like a total idiot. I was like, you guys are dumb. Why are you going that way? And I went totally the wrong opposite direction of where I was. Well, I'm sure they were thinking, well, we're not the dumb one. So, but yeah, I didn't really do any caving or prospecting or anything like that this season. I've just been concentrating on this area, really. Get the resources in this area too, and just build. And I'd explore a little bit for some resources and then just come home and build. So I haven't done any caving. First iron or armor I made was just to go to the Resonance archive. So there is that. So I do have a full set of plate, the Forlorn Hope, that I made. So, all right, now some of my hotkeys are a little different than Minecraft, and I forget. I try to make them all the same, but I have failed on my UI. I've got it on the wrong key. Caving is fun. Yeah, I like caving. I live in Asia, so recently it's a trend with boba tea here to have chamomile with milk. Yeah, I am allergic to tapioca, so I can't even try all of the little boba ball tea things. They look kind of fun, but no, I'm allergic to them. So the only issue is the cave generation loves to make so many dead ends. Well, now you don't have caves anymore. You have big gaping holes in the ground. I don't know, did they do anything with that in 1.20 or in the new version? Because I have not, or 1.9. In the new version, I have not played it yet. So if they fix that, that would be wonderful. Got by without prospecting for my first several worlds. Seemed really daunting. Then I went to get steel and had no borax, and decided I had to bite the bullet and figure it out. Yeah, and I guess now it's a little easier. So, I mean, I know the basics of prospecting, but I think I will watch a couple of videos that Shino has done recently when I get to that point and learn a little more about prospecting. There needs to be better connections between caves, fewer dead ends. I think it's what turns people off of caving. Yeah, I don't like what they did with the most recent update to World Generation. I really dislike it. I don't think it's improved anything, to be honest. I think it's his favorite song. There are tarot... Well, yeah. Tarot root is... well, better. Ran 4,000 blocks to get into rock strata that could have borax in it. Prepared to learn to prospect. First block I broke for area search had a borax block under it. Oh, that's nice. That's really cool. Okay. Getting a little bit late for me. Normally I would play for another hour, but I said I've had a really rough week and I've got to do some planning and prepping for some upcoming days. We'll plan for a little bit of Minecraft Genesis tomorrow and Vintage Story again on Saturday. We'll work on making the glass and then getting some more of the roof done or the back done. I don't know. We'll do something. And then Monday, we are ushering in a brand new vanilla Minecraft server with the LDS Gamers group. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been great. Thanks for all the conversation and everything. And I really appreciate it. Stopping by and saying hi. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, play hard, die often, and leave a good looking corpse.